Yes, guys, welcome back to Gospel News. The information never finish. On this newly elected leader of Ohaneze Ndigbo, what they call Iwanyanwu, the man don't call out to he don't pass message as they don't elect and finish. He say may they release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. We be Nnamdi Kanu. He say may they release the news don't scatter everywhere. He said, then release make Southeast may be like Dubai, and I'm all this one wanna see. So why Buhari should release Nnamdi Kanu before tenure expires? Ohaneze Ndigbo president, Iwanyanwu says. He's telling this Buhari say make he release Nnamdi Kanu very quickly. And here is another update and another version of it. Many Igbo people will be happy to see Nnamdi Kanu released. He is crucial to peace talks. Ohaneze Ndigbo tells this Oponko who is leaving Asorok on May 29th. And here too they said, transform Southeast into Dubai. Ohaneze tasks Tinubu Southeast governors. They just from all angles. Say may they do the right thing. And not be only that information still there our table here. They say that exclusive Buhari's billionaire nephew Tunde Sabiu posted to UK by National Intelligence Agency to evade prosecution after end of President Buhari's tenure. These are people who have looted the country dry. Already they don't escape, but because they don't know waiting won't come for them. Whether this Tinubu go change mind or come begin they hunt them. But let's see what's going to happen when he finally take over. But for the meantime, Buhari should release Nnamdi Kanu because he's so crucial to peace talks. We'll go into details very, very quickly to find out what's going on. According to this newly inaugurated and elected Ohaneze Ndigbo president, they said that the new President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, has called for the immediate release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which is Nnamdi Kanu, the young man you can see on the screen here. Iwanyanwu, who spoke shortly after Imobi Ohaneze ratified his nomination as the new Ohaneze Ndigbo President General on Sunday. In Enugu, he said that Kanu was very crucial for any key discussion, and it would not be possible to negotiate any peace while in detention. He appealed to President Buhari to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, before the expiration of his tenure in office. This is also important to note that the judiciary has discharged and freed Nnamdi Kanu. It will be the joy of many Igbo people and Nigerians to see Nnamdi Kanu released from detention. And I say yes, exactly. Everybody will be happy if this man is freed, because the Buhari, the Oponko there, said that he was not going to interfere with the judiciary after he deceived the Igbo great who visited him on political solution. He came out to say that, oh, it is possible I will go and release him because you people have come to visit me. But after that promise, he went back and the cabal told him that it will be improper for him to release Nnamdi Kanu. And then he told us that, which is the Buhari, and they talk this one now, saying go hand over the case to the judiciary, that he was not going to interfere in the laws of the land, that let the justice take its due course. And so they carry the matter, enter court too. But for inside court, now the Nnamdi Kanu can win them hands down. See, even the Buhari can they dumbfounded, they feel talk again, because they don't wound them inside their own court. Now I make now, because they run kitty kata kata say they no go release the man, despite being discharged and acquitted. According to Iwanyanwu Emmanuel, he said that it is also important to note that the judiciary has discharged and freed this man, and many Igbo people are waiting for his return. There is also a report that his health is deteriorating. I feel it is important that he is released to have access to his medical doctors so that he does not die in prison. he warned. They warned Buhari, say make he do something very quickly before he go wrong, come out for that place. Or Amadioha might locate him anywhere where he go wrong, enter. Sahara reporters had reported that the Imo state government nominated Iwanyanwu to replace the former President General of the APES Igbo Sociocultural Organization, Professor George Obiozo, who died in December 2022 after a brief illness. So it is even the Imo state government that is nominating the Ohaneze Ndigbo president. Say that these people are working for the interest of politicians because he will be controlled by the politicians. But normally in the past, such organizations does not have anything to do with the government, and the government have no power over them. But today, now government can't issue them certificate. So why won't they dance in the tune of the government, whether they are doing well or not? At the Imobi meeting held at the old government house lodge, Enugu, where Iwanyanwu was presented and ratified as the new leader of Ohaneze Ndigbo, we are serving governors and former governors, former leaders of Ohaneze Ndigbo, leaders of the Southeast traditional rulers and council, and also senators, among others. The governors were led by the host and the governor of Enugu State, Chief Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and his Anambra State counterpart, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. The chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum and governor of Ebonyi State, Chief David Umahi, his Imo and Abia State counterpart, Senator Hope Uzoarala and Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, that cannot develop ordinary Aba, respectively, were represented by their deputies, Mr. Kelechi Igwe, and the Professor Placid Njoko and Ude Oko Chukwu, respectively. Also present at the event were the governor-elect of Enugu State, Peter Mba, former governor of Anambra State, and presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, former governor of Imo State, Chief Ikedi Ohakim, former President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, led by Chief Nneanwodo, former Minister of Health, Professor ABC Nwosu, among many others. In his acceptance speech, Iwanyanwu described the event as a remarkable day in his life because it is a day when providence and the love of his people, Igbos, propelled him to the position of President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide. He noted that all through his life he had done his best to serve the Igbo people both in times of war and in times of peace. Iwanyanwu also disclosed that he did not nurture the ambition to be President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, adding that instead, I had the ambition of becoming the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I say, sorry, may God not allow them, may them deceive you, chop your money. That money we want to become president, take and go repair your state. In fact, repair your village, but it's impossible. Una no go agree repair until una don't pack and go give them for Abuja. May them take the develop Niger Republic. He said, I contested for the presidency on 3 occasions, but I did not succeed. I took my losses in good composure, knowing fully well that as a Christian, all powers and promotion comes from God. I say, in Nigeria, muna stop to deceive on ourselves. Na Fulani na hold the power there. If una want, muna just know. Una fit talk say all power in Nigeria belongs to Fulani in Nigeria. Because even your brother, what they call Okechukwu Isiguzoro, told us that the Fulanis were the kingmakers when he was meeting Yerima Shetima. So when you know, come on social media, come they lie, give us. We know where una belong. But today, destiny has placed squarely on my shoulders the duty of leading the Igbos as the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide. I therefore have a duty to valiantly defend Igbo cause, and I promise Imobi and all Igbo people that by the grace of God, I will not fail them. Now, waiting a can't tell us so. The good thing here is that he has called for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which is the right thing to do. Now, I'm going to play you a speech from one of Africa's best, Professor P.L.O. Mulumba, when he was telling us the only thing that can free Africa. Muna hear him. Because some of them, when we they tell on waiting the apple, now go say, oh, forget about it. Oh, we want Russia, we want China, and they are better than Europeans and Americans. Or got slavery, no they tire you. Slavery, no they tire now. So that's what we are saying here. We are not telling you that, oh, run to this one and leave this one. Leave all of them, both Russia and what did they call them? China, all of them now the same group of colonizers. On still they find new colonizers in the Africa. On know they ever tire. Oh, Russia, up Russia, I support Russia. You want me they come colonize you in there. I beg Mona hear this video so that when I go figure small sense for all those people where they write yeah comment. Each time I tell them, may they leave colonizers alone.
The only continent that has welcomed all civilizations. We started with the Arabs. They abused us. Then came the Portuguese. We welcomed them. They abused us. Then the Dutch came. We welcomed them. They abused us. Then the Italians came. We welcomed them. They abused us.
Okay.
Then the Germans came. We welcomed them. They abused us. Then the French came. We welcomed them. They abused us. Then the English came, we welcomed them and they abused us.
Yes.
Then the Indians came, we welcomed them and they abused us.
Okay.
Then the Lebanese came, we welcomed them, they abused us. Now the Chinese are coming, we are welcoming them and they are abusing us.
Tell them, sir. Tell them.
We must stop this. And we can only stop this through self-realization.
Another here, through self-realization. No be the one where they go they fight for Ukraine. You go take sides. Say, oh, I support Russia. I support America. I support this one. May they come Africa. May they come take us. Now waiting some of our people. When they hear this statement, I said, no, our people are dumb. Some of our people, they daft. Una they find colonizers. Una they find Russia. May they come colonize una. Una they find China where they want colonize una. You know what I'm saying? Now Russia and China, and then they work out together. Una no. Things say you they do yourself better. Or go find a way and leave colonizers alone and stay on your own. Stop begging people to come and colonize you. Try and be independent. Ha! I beg me will proceed with the update as it they hot. So they say that Buhari's nephew will be say they say they loot money, say don't flee the country. They don't post and go UK by National Intelligence Agency. Now people will be say they suppose even they expose people waiting for our money, and then they even hide them, they position them, maybe for no leak. Exclusive Buhari's billionaire nephew Tunde Sabiu posted to UK by National Intelligence Agency to evade prosecution after end of president's tenure. Sabiu Tunde Yusuf, the personal secretary to President Muhammadu Buhari, who is in his 30 years old, is set to retire with the biggest retirement benefit from loot said to run into billions of dollars. No, Igbo people go welcome him now. UK has been the abode of African Nigerian criminals, crooks, looters. Now there they go take and go buy estate, buy everything. And this children woman go they walk up and down where they call Katrodon Luang. And to ensure he enjoys his loot, Sahara reporters learned that Yusuf secured a form of diplomatic immunity from prosecution through his appointment to the National Intelligence Agency, according to sources in the presidency. Onade Hiara, regarded as one of the wealthiest young men in Nigeria today, Yusuf, until his appointment by President Muhammadu Buhari, was said to be surviving on proceeds made from sale of call cards in his native Daura, a sleepy community in Katsina State in the northern part of the country, which is also the President of Bonko, the original one's country home. He is said to have got the name Tunde after being likened to the late Tunde Idi Agbon, Buhari's second in command during his military regime in the early 1980s. Idi Agbon was seen by many Nigerians as the de facto leader, even though Buhari was the head of state. He was known to be powerful and strategic. Yusuf is the son of Mama Daura's immediate young sister, Hajia Halima, who died in 2018. to ensure he doesn't get arrested by the EFCC, which is the Financial Crimes Commission. Tunde Ide-Agbon, as he is popularly known, has secured diplomatic immunity by his irregular appointment into Nigeria's intelligence agency known as NIA. And he's already been transferred to the United Kingdom as his first foreign posting to manage his loot. A source in the presidency told Sahara reporters, they don't post and go UK now, make you go manage the money when you loot, make you go arrange them there. They enjoy in life. You know, if you stay in Nigeria, only in Nigeria will you see people who have worked in government running away after the tenure is expiring because of the money that they have looted. As far back as June 13, 2020, Sahara reporters exclusively reported that Buhari's nephew had envisaged a future away from Nigeria after the president's tenure so as to evade prosecution. The newspaper reported that a scandal was brewing in the presidency after Yusuf Tunde Sabiu was illegally recruited into the National Intelligence Agency, NIA. Sources had told Sahara reporters that Buhari's nephew got the appointment despite not attending the compulsory training for cadets. Meanwhile, another scandal is brewing around Tunde. He was illegally recruited into the National Intelligence Agency but did not attend the compulsory training for cadets. He is looking into a future where he can be sent out of Nigeria as soon as Buhari's regime is over as a way of covering up his massive wealth. A top presidency source had said. About 8 months, Sahara reporters report the People's Gazette reported the presidency quietly gifted his unqualified nephew the position of assistant director at the NIA, typifying his chronistic and nepotistic tendencies. Like Sahara reporters earlier reported, the PG report noted, that is People's Gazette, noted that Yusuf lacked the requisite field and administrative experience to handle the rigors of the intelligence top job. Why won't this country fail? Only looters are wanted in Nigeria to run the government. It was reported that he had been regular on the job because of his primary duties at the State House and only went to work at the NIA when he desired. Also, according to top sources in the presidency, Yusuf recently spent $100 million to help Kano-born oil billionaire Alhaji Awalu Abdullahi Rano, the executive chairman and CEO of the holding company AA Rano Group, start Rano Air. Now this one give him money, a person waited 30 years. Where is he getting this money? Nigeria. Oh. Rano Air is a licensed airline incorporated in 2021 with its operational base in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. When it started, it proposed to operate in Nigeria and beyond, but start with 8 local stations: Abuja, Kano, Lagos, Sokoto, Maiduguri, Kaduna, Yola, and Asaba. Yusuf Tunde Sabiu is said to be the proud owner of several mansions in Abuja. He recently shelled out $100 million to help start an airline known as Rano Air, according to sources in the presidency, and massively invested in fuel stations across Nigeria through the same outfit, Rano Oil. One of the sources said, so if you see Rano Oil, may you know say, now this young man waiting for screen there, now in the run amu. Sources said Buhari's nephew once had several accounts opened that house billions of naira in Nigeria. The Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele reported got him to invest the funds into 3 new banks, one of the sources added. During Buhari's 77th birthday in December 2019, Yusuf reportedly wore a Patek Philippe leather wristwatch valued at $99.995 million dollars, which is about 36 million naira at that time. When one person wear for hand, we be say a day for presidency. Tofia. In June 2020, investigations by Sahara reporters indicated that a senior special assistant to the president domestic, Abba Saki, and Yusuf, in collaboration with some Ministry of Power officials, had pushed the government to commit to the purchase of a building for the transmission company of Nigeria at a grossly inflated price in Abuja. Now this kind of thing, the story continued, no be small thing. Now this side, now they take the loot money. See the young man who Abuki, we be say, in primary school now, come and spell ABCD now. No problem. But look at the kind of money he's controlling today. Today you are in the creek shouting, oh, Jagaban, Jagaban. You are there looking for a pipeline. You are climbing boat every day. They find way you go say, oh, this country must move forward. We must support Jagaban. Oh, Jagaban is the real man. Those of una we no know wetin dey happen for Sudan, muna listen to this man. Muna hear wetin go talk because una go define who una want support.
Here is why you should care about the fighting that is going on in Sudan. What's happening there is more than meets the eye. And it's time for the world to discuss the actual truth of what is going on there. America and Russia are at it again, just as they did 60 years ago during the Cold War when they fought proxy wars right here in Africa, leading to the death of thousands of innocent Africans. They are at it again in Sudan, fighting a proxy war. Let me explain. Two factions of the Sudanese military are fighting each other. One of them is led by Lieutenant General Mohammed Hamdan, head of the paramilitary group known as Rapid Support Forces. The other faction is led by the Sudanese Army Chief, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. So why are they fighting? This is where Russia and USA come into the picture. You see, in the last couple of months, Russia has finalized a deal with Sudan to establish Russia's naval base in Sudan's Red Sea coast. America is not too happy with that. Actually, they're furious. America's ambassador to Sudan, John Godfrey, expressly warned Sudan not to seal that deal with Russia, but they're going ahead and doing just that. And so when the paramilitary unit began fighting the other faction of the army, that wasn't happening in a vacuum. The big problem is that you're not going to hear this in the mainstream media. Neither are you going to hear a lot of African governments voicing this, which is very unfortunate because Africa must learn to speak its truth and stand on this truth because truth will set you free. So it is left to the African people, we the African people, to speak this truth and tell America and Russia to get off Africa, to get their hands off Africa. The days of the Cold War, the days of the shenanigans of the Cold War are completely over, and they cannot fight proxy wars in Africa at the expense of innocent African lives. That has to stop. The fighting in Sudan must stop. The puppet masters must stop their evil, diabolic games.
All right, guys, so now don't hear wetin dey happen. So all these people now, personal interest now then they find. So we must leave all colonizers and stay independent. Now wetin they tell una. No be me una go join Russia, be me una join West, be anyone. No be wetin they talk here. Independence is the only way out. I'll see you guys on the next update. And I'll still play that video on future update. God bless you and thank you.